Hey guys, long time no see. I know. It's my messy closet behind me. I don't care. Look if you want to. Up to you. Um, so yeah, most of my videos start off this way with me talking about something that I was not planning on talking about, and I definitely wasn't planning on talking about this, but hey, here I am talking about it. So, um, I am going to talk about yet another one of my personal experiences. And this is probably something that you normally um, wouldn't find on YouTube or I guess anywhere else. But okay, I'm going to talk about something that happened to me. Um, and the reason that I'm going to talk about it is because I was like ignorant of this type of situation. So, yeah, I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through in this situation and be like, hey, because I wasn't expecting what happened to me to happen to me. So, anyway, this is what I'm talking about. It's hard for me to talk about it. It's hard for me to say it because it's just still like one of those things that's like, hey, I can't believe that really happened. And, I laugh it off. It's very serious, but I laugh it off because I'm still like in shock. So, anyway, I had a miscarriage, you guys. And that's like out of the norm for me. So, yeah, I didn't know what to expect. And that was crazy. So basically, I had, your standard, I guess, miscarriage where my body like rejected the baby, like, went to the doctor. Baby had no heartbeat, and so my body started the process of I don't know, delivering the baby, rejecting the baby, getting rid of the baby. I don't even know what is politically correct for me to call it. So I'm not being politically correct, which I guess I never am. But so yeah, I went to the doctor. The baby had no heartbeat. And so they said, okay, well, this is a miscarriage. You're going to miscarry, which to me meant, okay, at some point the baby is going to come out, which, I guess that's true. So, went home and, laid around for a little while and watched a movie, went out to lunch, and then, like, in the middle of lunch with my husband, I just started feeling pain. And it was weird. It's like, whoa, what is that? And, it felt like contractions. And if you've ever had a baby, you know what I'm talking about. Is you cannot mistake that pain. So, and that's what it was. It was contractions. I was going into labor, you guys. And that's exactly what it felt like. That's exactly what it was. And so my husband and I, we left, went home, and, the contractions just started coming faster and stronger. And I was like, oh my God. So basically, I'm going to have to push out a dead baby. And that's just a thought is freaking horrible. So yes, the contractions started coming every minute, and so my husband was getting really, really worried because I was losing a lot of blood. And so he took me back to the hospital. So we go back to the hospital, and it was crazy. Okay, let me just forewarn you, I don't know if I'm gonna cry or not. Probably not, but just in case I do, I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Just be prepared. She might cry. You never know. So yes, so go back to the hospital. They recheck me in, and they're like, okay, so what are you feeling? And I'm telling them it feels like contractions. They're like, okay. So basically, I guess they have in their mind that, this is something that happens all the time, and, you know, no one is really, I guess, telling me that, hey, this is what's going to happen. And, while we were at home, I told my husband, I think this is what's supposed to happen. Like, you're, at some point, it's got to come out. And so, he wasn't trying to hear that with all the blood that I was losing and, the pain that I was in from the contractions. He was just like, we're going back to the hospital. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just like, I don't think we need to go back to the hospital because, this is what having a miscarriage is. Like, at some point, baby, come out. Anyway, back at the hospital. And so I feel like the urge to push, I guess. I feel the urge to push. And I felt like I was going to pee. And so they hadn't gotten a urine sample from me yet. And so I told my husband, hey, give me one of those little urine cups. Okay, it's about to get graphic. Parental advisory, okay? I guess I should put a parental advisory on all my stuff now that I think about it. Anyway, it's about to get graphic. So I'm in the bathroom of the emergency room with this urine cup, and blood is just pouring out of me. I mean, like a scene from a movie, just looks like red paint type of, this has to be special effects because nobody bleeds this much type of blood. So I'm holding the cup, okay? I'm holding the cup to catch my urine, which is not what's coming out. It's just blood. Okay, so blood is coming out, and then out starts coming the baby. Okay, just your worst nightmare type of situation. So the baby's coming out, it's falling into the urine cup that's in my hand that I'm holding down there. And so the cup is filling up with blood. It has now overflowed with blood. And so I tell my husband to give me one of those hats. The hats, ladies, that, they put on the toilet after you have a baby because they're trying to see how much you pee or how much blood comes out or whatever they're checking. The thing that has the lines on it is measuring the amount of liquid that's coming out of you. I call that a hat. So, I tell my husband to give me one of the hats. Sorry about the bouncing. I'm sitting on my bed, so every time I move, bounce. Anyway, so now I'm holding the cup over the hat. Still holding the cup because I'm like, okay, well, I don't want it to break off because if it breaks off inside of me, then they're going to have to go in and get it. It's what I'm thinking. Anyway, I wasn't in my right mind. I just lost way too much blood. And even further, to let you know that I wasn't in my right mind, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to throw up. So my husband gives me a trash can. I'm like, oh my God, it's hot in here. I start taking my gown off. I'm just like, grab something to fan me. And so he starts fanning me, and I'm just like, faster. So he's fanning me faster. And I was like, okay, I think I'm about to pass out because I lost that much blood. And I felt my head, I don't know if any of you have ever passed out, but I felt my head getting light, and I could just see the darkness closing in on my eyes, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to pass out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get help. So he goes, gets a nurse or a tech or whatever. She comes and pulls the little cord, how they have the little pull cord, whatever, next to the toilet. Then another nurse comes, both female, and so the two nurses and my husband, they grab me by my arms and pull me up off the toilet. Okay, when they do that, of course, the hat, the cup, my hand, and the baby with all the blood falls because I'm not holding it anymore. I'm about to pass out. A nightmare, okay? And I'm just amazed that I'm sitting here actually talking to you guys about it, and it's just crazy thing that happened to me. And so yeah, They put me on the bed, and I'm just like barely even there. And so, I am literally covered in blood up here, all on my chest, all on my stomach, down there, everywhere. I'm just covered in blood. My hands are covered in blood because I'm holding the cup. And it was just crazy. Like, it looked like Carrie or something where they dropped all the blood on her. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, and so, yeah, that is what happened to me in the hospital. And, during the day, like before going back to the hospital the second time, like after the first time going to the hospital, and, like I said, my husband and I went to lunch. And so, we had a lot of time to talk and think, like before the whole ordeal started happening. And, you know, I was feeling like, okay, why did this happen? I wonder why this happened. Like, I've always had healthy pregnancies, um, always had healthy babies, and, thank God for that. And so I was just like, hey, like, why did this happen now? Just curious. And my husband was saying, like, you never know. Like, you never know what it would have been like, how that would have changed our lives to have that baby, For all we know, the baby could have been born with birth defects that, would cause us to have to care for it the rest of its life. And, God, in his infinite wisdom, he knows it all. So, it could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, not even, I'm not even going to say could be. It is a blessing in disguise. Even though that sounds like a horrible thing that I went through, which it was a horrible experience. And I'm sure, like, you know, you can't be the same after experiencing that. But I wasn't upset, angry with God. You know what I mean? Like, some people, this happens to them. Oh, why you take my child from me? I didn't feel like that at all. Like, everything that happens to us happens for a reason. And when I could have gotten upset and, been angry with God or shaking my fist at God or whatever, I didn't, because I just know that all things work together for my good. I wholeheartedly believe that with every ounce of my being. I believe that. I know that's the truth. So whatever God foresaw that made him decide, hey, you're not going to have this baby. I still praise him for it anyway. He gave me 4 other children, beautiful children that I love, healthy children. And honestly, in the research that I've seen about, miscarriages, it says most likely cause of having a miscarriage, if it's not physical trauma, that is, most likely cause is that, there's abnormalities in the fetus. So, you know, God knows. He knows it all. He knows everything. He knows, hey, this baby would have been born however. And, in his infinite wisdom, he decided to spare us that. He knows what I can handle, what my husband can handle. He knows that we have 4 other children to take care of, and maybe that would have, taken so much attention away from our other children that it wouldn't have been a good quality of life for them. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I'm just letting you know that these are the thoughts that I have regarding the situation. When I could have been upset and angry, I wasn't. I was, kind of like, hey, I wonder why this happened. And of course, in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, hey, was it a boy? Was it a girl? Would it have been this? Would it have been that? And, I'll never know. I'll never know until I get to heaven and I see my little baby there. And I guess it won't be a little baby. I'm sure it will be, whatever age it will be, whatever time we'll be in. I don't know. We'll be timeless. So I don't know what it will be like. I don't know. But I know that I'll find out one day. And I can't be upset about that. You know, I can't be angry. Yes, it was scary. It was not a pleasant experience. My husband's calling me. I'll call you back, babe. It was not a pleasant experience. It's not something that I would wish on my worst enemy. I kid you not. But it happened. It happened. It couldn't be prevented. It wasn't foreseen. It was a surprise to both of us, believe me. But I chose to view this situation with the best possible outlook that I can have at this time. You know, so many people ask, well, why does God allow bad things to happen? Don't you know that all things work together for our good? Like, read that scripture. I can't even remember where it is right now, but I'll post it for you guys. It's in Romans, I think. I'll post it. You know me. Hey, if it's in there, show me. Show me where it is. And so, you know, even in talking about this, that is a segue to what I'm going to be talking about next. Like, I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff next. And specifically, just to give you guys a heads up of what I'm going to be talking about. Sorry, this is messing with my hair. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about cult life. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And the reason I'm going to be talking about that is because so many people today are in cults and don't even realize it. And I can say that and be 100% certain because that was me. I was there. I've been there. And so I'm going to talk about that because it's important. It's probably one of the most important things that I can talk about. And I know that God allowed that to happen to me, not for me to keep it to myself and let this be this, you know, thing that I just, you know, is in a part of my past that I don't even think about anymore and just like it never happened. I know that he allowed this so that I could talk about it, so that I could warn others, so that I could use the knowledge that I have, that I learned from being in this situation, to help someone else out who is probably in that situation or knows someone who's in that situation. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about, you guys. So if you see anything, any video that has the word cult in it, I don't know how I'm going to phrase it, you know, I'm gonna definitely have fun with it and just, you know. So if you see the word cult anywhere in the title, just know that's what I'm gonna be talking about. So I'm gonna be doing a series about cults and my experience in being in a cult and how to know you're in a cult and how the hell to get out of a cult. So that's what I'm gonna be talking about, you guys. And yeah. That will be the next thing that I'll be addressing as far as personal experience that you guys can learn from in my life. So yeah, this video went on long, but hey, if you watched it, thank you for watching the whole thing. I appreciate that. And, you know, hopefully it will give you some knowledge to give to a woman in your life so that you will know, hey, like, this is what happens. Because, hey, I never knew that that is what having a miscarriage is like. I don't see how women do it, how they have, you know, a miscarriage after miscarriage, because I could not do it. Like, that is enough pain for a lifetime. And I just, you know, hey, you strong, ladies. I'll tell you that. Women are very, very strong to go through ordeals like that and still keep going and still keep trying for a baby. Like, wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, I'm telling you. Wouldn't do it. So yeah, anyway, all right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. My husband's calling me. He's calling my cell phone. He's calling the house phone. The kids are trying to come get me. So hey, talk to you guys later. Stop looking at my unpainted wall and my messy closet. All right. Bye.